Sunday going? Cookie, it's good to see you first today. Michael, you're not late. You didn't show up late to school. That's good. Same with Boss Man, actually. Sometimes he's late too. Good job, guys. Proud of you. We're gonna have a fun, quick, and easy stream today, making some Chinese inspired foods. Also, we can say they are inspired by the location of the Formula One race this weekend. It's in China. I don't feel like the Chinese eat a lot of feta, Mish says, so she's gonna put her complaint in first thing. We should look it up. There might be some fusion recipes, but I really can't imagine any Chinese foods containing feta. You're probably right. Even just like in general, their cuisine doesn't really have too much cheese. That is the Koreans. They love their cheese. Bob says, I'm driving. I hope that you have a good adventure, Bob, wherever you are. Okay, so we're really only making 2 dishes today. Shanghai stir-fried noodles, which I've never made before. I also chose udon noodles for it today because they said that was an option. So I've also don't think I've ever cooked those at home before. So this will be a little bit of learning for that one. But we have made the chicken wing recipe before. It's from Walks of Life. We've cooked some other Asian stuff from their site too. Really good recipe. So crispy chicken wings, and they're just Chinese takeout style. So there's a few different flavors in there that we'll go over later. And it's like you kind of make this marinade and batter together, and then it goes straight from there into the hot oil and you deep fry it. It's really delicious. You watched the VOD? Nice. Hi, Gearbox Man. The Wellington was insane. We ate it all yesterday. I ate mine in like 2 different sittings. But oh my gosh. It was so rich and delicious. It really felt like I had like somebody make that for me, or like I went out to an expensive restaurant and ate it. It was awesome. Okay, Mish looked it up. Feta cheese isn't traditionally part of Chinese cuisine, as dairy products historically haven't played a major role in the diets of the Han people, China's largest ethnic group. However, the globalization and the growing popularity of Western foods, cheeses like feta are becoming more accessible and appreciated in urban areas of China. Nice. You'll often find feta used in salads, sandwiches, or fusion dishes, like I said, in modern restaurants catering to international tastes. They like that too outside. They're here for it, the feta in China. Bop, 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 bop. I could see that, like, in the urban areas where there's a little bit of different restaurants and stuff and different people. There's food everywhere around the world now. Okay, so now we have to look up. Is there like Chinese food in Greece? Probably, right? Okay, so let's check this out. We gotta dig out some veggies and stuff from the fridge, chop those up. Sam is currently at the Asian market, T&T, grabbing a few other things because we're gonna make this stuff. We'll taste it on stream, but we're gonna pack it up and take it to our friend's house to watch the race together today. So we usually have done brunch together in the past. You guys have been here for those streams. And then our friend makes a drink themed from the country to go along with it. So Sam is out right now. He's grabbing, because you have to wait a little bit. You can't go super early, to the like barbecue meat counter at the Asian Mart. So you'll find stuff like crispy pork belly, pork char siu, which is like a marinated, and then roasted pork loin, which is delicious, and then also roasted duck and chickens. So he's grabbing a little bit of those meats, and then we also needed the Shaoxing wine to marinate the chicken wings. So he should be back momentarily. We'll keep going over everything while we're waiting though, and we can start on the chicken wings too. So there's the recipes, guys. Click on them, check them out. Nice. Yeah, that's what Mish posted too. Cheese dumplings. Whoa. And then goat cheese and yak milk. So not really cow stuff, right? Some different animal milks. I have also heard of that. That is such a good note, Michael. A lot of people from China have a lactose intolerance, and that is something that is just hereditary, that's been passed down, because as we learned, I mean, historically there was no dairy products really used there. So as that has got introduced, it will kind of affect their bodies, right? And some will adjust, some won't. I feel bad for them though. Okay, Mish. So yeah, your cousins from Korea are lactose intolerant, which would be so sad there, because like I said, Koreans actually eat a lot of cheese in their food. Les Sag. Okay, let's do a little bit of reading on these noodles. Shanghai noodles. Has anybody been to China that's in here right now? I think it would be such an interesting place to go to. Hope I would make my way there one day in my life. And yet, Sag, they got adopted to a cheese-loving country. Totally. Okay, so Shanghai noodles, also known as ku chow mian, have a history rooted in traditional Chinese culinary practices, particularly stir-frying, as well as the use of aromatic ingredients. Stir-frying dates back to the Shang dynasty between the 11th and 16th centuries BC. That is so old. Bob, Les Sag. You didn't know that? It says in the 1950s, many Shanghaiese migrated to Hong Kong, bringing their cuisine with them. To appeal to locals, they added ingredients like pork, mushrooms, carrots, cabbage, leading to the popular Shanghai fried thick noodles, which we're gonna do today. He made it.
Meeshers! You weren't here yesterday. Where were you at?
Oh yeah, what did Lauren say? Oh, I see an empty container in here.
I don't know what happened.
We're buying mystery dumplings. $5.99 for air. Good deal. Shrimpers, because you got to. They're so yummo. Those are for me, I think. What else? I see a dessert special.
Oh, yeah.
Fresh mango. Yeah, you can do it, camera. Oh, no, it won't. Fresh mango tapioca dessert. Don't go too close, Kate. That looks good. What else?
Oh, that's fucking tasty. We should have a piece.
Barbecue pork. We'll open those up on the counter after so we don't
The guy
spill.
cut the side of the pig right off for me.
What the heck? Roasted pork. Samo's favorites. Coconut buns. So these are filled with a coconut custard inside. Oh my gosh, that's how it looks? Whoa.
He's just like, burp. He just topped the chunk off the whole fucking hog.
Whoa. And then for our chimkin wings.
She wouldn't have forgot if you were here.
What?
Just so you know.
What is it?
You wouldn't have forgot about the shrimp.
Oh my gosh. Don't even talk about shrimp yesterday. I would have been here till like 6 p.m. But that's okay. But I don't think that we would have needed it.
No.
Like, even Sam couldn't finish his one portion. Okay, so those small amounts of things were over $60. Whoa. Is this the same store that we did the YouTube video on? So yes, we did a YouTube video at this store. It's called T&T Asian Supermarket. The video that we did, it was during Lunar New Year. So it is actually a cool one to check out because they had some different like imported things that you don't see there all the time to celebrate the New Year. Really fun. So yeah, check out our YouTube if you want to see where he just came from. It took me about an hour to go through there and film everything. Lots and lots of stuff to look at. Okay, so we'll keep reading through, make up our prep list, and then get cooking. Jabberwocky, welcome. Yet it is. Hello. You love the coconut? They're so good. Homemade miso ramen. That is such a good like starting out ramen to make for yourself at home. It's so simple. It's the one that I started with when I wanted to learn to make ramen at home. And it's just yummy. Okay, let's check these out first before we go any further. Because we're not really going to do much with this. We're just planning to take it to our friends and then we'll put it in the air fryer to reheat it up and crisp it back up. So this is the roasted pork. So that is what Sam showed you, the side of the pig. So I was kind of wondering this morning like how exactly they roast it. So I see that they roast it in its whole form and then chop it up after that. So it's $30 a kilogram for that when it is all cooked and ready to go for you. But like I couldn't do that at home, right? So this is how it looks. It comes with the skin on. Super crispy, and there's also some bones and cartilage, so you just gotta look out for that. But wow, that one looks really good today. It's not super fatty either, so like that's just straight up crackling. I knew that you would love this niche because you guys make some serious roasted pork in Denmark too. And then the other one, the barbecue pork, like I said, it's like a marinated pork loin. And then they just roast it and slice it. Really, really good too. This one's like honey garlic flavored. Try it. I'm not starving right now. Like I had a breakfast sandwich, a hash brown, and an apple already.
I didn't actually eat the whole container.
Oh, I didn't say the price of this one. Is $25 a kilo and the other one is $30. So this one's a little bit less expensive. And I'll show you guys a piece too how it looks. It just like glistens. Whoa.
Yeah.
That's like the most tender I've ever seen it. Holy shit.
It's the start of the shift.
Okay.
They're done, I think. They close up all week for them.
So we'll pack those up. Quality test control complete. I don't want any of the other one right now. Like I said, I'm full. But thank you. I ate lots of food already this morning. I got my appetite prepped up. It wasn't too crazy out there.
Oh, they're fucking nuts.
It was crazy. Bob's driving right now. Okay, so in the 1950s, the Shanghai people moved to Hong Kong, and that's when they started making these style of noodles. I'm sure it's a lot older than that, let's be honest. But we'll go with that. Let's see if we can find anything else on Wikipedia. Nope. All right. Sounds good. And then our fried chicken wings, we'll just quickly go over that recipe too. Like I said, we've made these before. And the thing about these, so a lot of people are used to seeing chicken wings split, right? You'll have the little drummy and then the flat side of it, and they are cut. Chinese chicken wings are not split. So they're all together in one piece. So you get two pieces in one, basically. The only thing I think I'm going to do is just cut off the tip of the wing because it's not really usable and I'd rather just make broth from it instead. So I'll do that. Save some room in the fryer too. But let's scroll down. So they say Chinese takeout chicken wings are just the same as regular old fried chicken wings, right? Wrong, they say. Hello, Mayan. Welcome in. You have a story for me later about chicken wings? Okay.
Does it involve hot dogs and bologna?
Oh, nice.
Cheese and macaroni?
Okay, so the reason I really like this site, Walks of Life, is because it's actually a Asian family that they all share their recipes. A lot of them are actually from the person's dad, though, that had a restaurant. So they're like tried and true, right? So they say, I remember my father used to make a tray full of chicken wings piled high each day at our restaurant. It was never written down, but rest assured that this special deep fried chicken wing recipe was in his head and we can make him in his sleep if he had to. They were pre-fried in the morning and re-fried to order throughout the day. The mountains would turn to molehills real fast during lunchtime, dinner, and late night rush hours. Once a week at the end of the night, we would toss a few into the fryer and serve them with our dinner. No matter what we were having, they were always a favorite. So the question, do we have to fry chicken wings twice? The chicken wings are best when they are fried twice. When frying the first time, the chicken coating will lose its crispiness quickly because the juices coming from inside of the chicken are going to make their way out. It's best to let them rest for a period after the first fry to let the juices settle back in to the chicken wing. Once they are cooled but still warm, then you can second fry them to get them nice and crispy on the outside. And then I also learned this watching somebody on YouTube called Doobie Doobap. I don't know if any of you guys watch her, but we've been learning a lot about Asian cuisines. I'll write it down again. And she said in Korea as well, basically everything is double fried. You most often will not see a place where something is just single fried. No, you need to do it, Mish. I already told you about her, though. Her boyfriend is Danish. Okay, so what do I serve with the chicken wings? Serve these with a nice bed of pork fried rice or vegetable fried rice, or like we're doing today, we're going to do noodles instead with it. You can do soup. You can really serve them with anything, right? That's the nice part about chicken wings is they can pair with a lot of different things. You love Doobie. I love her so much. You could make the whole hog, just sear it on the stripper pole. Bob, what type of things are you trying to make me say on the internet? They're just lying around, okay? Okay, scrolling down. Scrolling it down to the actual recipe here. So 4.92 stars from 199 votes. What are some of the things that we need to read first? That's pretty high. It is. We have made them before, like I said. And there's actually, we have a YouTube making these. I don't know if it was the first time we made them, but we actually deep fried them on the wok on the Big Green Egg. So it was on a wood fire. That was fun. Hi, Scoots. How are you doing? Okay, so someone talked about instead of deep frying the wings, they cook them in the oven until they're crispy instead. Fair enough, that is a bit healthier. God's making banana muffins? I'll accept them if he is. Okay, there's no crazy things that we need to know. So we need our chicken wings, black and white pepper. The white pepper is very important today. Make sure that you have it if you are going to make traditional Chinese style foods, because that is one of their main spices is white pepper. Garlic powder, salt, sugar, soy sauce, this wonderful Shaoxing wine. So it's a cooking wine, right? So there is some alcohol percentage in here, but once this is all fully cooked, you won't taste that alcohol and it will be burnt off. And then the only other thing to think about when it specifies cooking wine, it's going to be also a bit salty. So just make sure you don't over season whatever you're pairing it with. Me too, Mish. Me too. There is an egg in here and cornstarch. So when I said it's like a marinade and batter, that's why. And then also a little bit of all-purpose flour and then just our oil. So I'm going to put marinade chicken. And like I said, we'll snip all the little wing tips off first, and then we'll get all that marinating in one container. And then all we have to do is heat up our oil. Fill up a pot, heat it to 325, and then fry it in batches. And remember, it's a double fry. Can you guys hear Samu? He's taking apart a shelf. Or it's not too bad. Okay, our Shanghai style fried noodles. The author of the recipe says that these noodles can come together in under 20 minutes, and I would say that's probably accurate. I mean, obviously, it's going to be a bit longer than that today because we have other things going on. Yeah, he's installing the stripper pole to the ceiling. Okay, so says they're packed with incredible flavor and umami. The pork is marinated and stir-fried in the hot wok with mushroom, scallion, cabbage, sweet and savory sauce that is delicious. We'll put in our own veggies today because I always think that like stir-fried dishes are a great way to clear out anything that is getting old in the fridge. Pell, how are you doing? And also, our noodles are in the freezer. This is what I bought. Sanuki style udon, frozen. I read the directions today. Do not thaw the noodles before cooking. So we'll have to boil these before we stir fry them. And there is 5 packs. And what did this cost? $5 or something?
$5.
Yeah, there's 5 packs of noodles in here, and the whole thing only costs $5. So it's $1 a portion. I said that is not bad at all. You're good enough. Couple hours of sleep. I had a weird sleep last night too. But it's all good, Pell. We got this. Okay, using Japanese noodles in a Chinese dish. I wouldn't have done it unless they didn't say we could. But yeah, a lot of people actually use udon for whatever reason. And so I asked Samo, and that's what he wanted. If you didn't want those, Shanghai noodles are much thinner, and then you could also probably find them fresh made, not frozen, in the fridge section in the Asian market. What's up, Blondie? Good to see you. Hope you're having a good Sunday.
I like udons because they get super saucy.
He's a saucy kind of guy. So we do have some pork shoulder that I took out from the freezer, so we will cut that into small pieces, whatever I feel is necessary. And then we'll get our sauce stuff together, our couple of veggies prepped, and yeah, it should go pretty quick, guys. You love them, Blondie? Yeah, also they're thick. It's your favorite dish growing up. I wish that we could make them in a wok today, but we'll use our cast iron brazier. At least then we'll have a nice big surface and it will keep the heat really high for us. I think that will be all good. Oh, I better put this pudding in the fridge. Don't forget about it. Okay, so marinate chicken, heat the oil. Let's do veggies, boil noodles, make the sauce for the stir fry, heat the, well, I put heat the oil up there, but really it should be at the bottom. Heat the oil up then, because we'll have to double fry our chicken wings. So I'll put first fry, we can check that off, and then second fry. And I'm thinking we'll stir fry all the veggies first because we won't probably have enough room in there to do everything together. Get those all cooked and seasoned, same with the pork. And then we'll get the noodles in with the sauce and then toss it all together at the end. That sounds good, Samuel?
Sounds fantastic.
Perfect. Chicky wing time. Let's get them out. I think I'm just gonna use some kitchen shears to snip off the wing tips. I'm gonna use this for, were you gonna use this to take? So I shouldn't use it to marinate, I'll just use a bowl?
Well, you can wash it.
Okay. I was gonna put all the chicken wings in here to marinate, so I'll do that. Samo says, do it up. We got a big pack of chicken wings yesterday. They're actually the same price as Costco, but like I said, they're not split. So it's $25, and then we got 38 pieces of wings for $25. Not too bad. I'm gonna put some gloves on to do this. And then once all the tips are off, we will mix up our marinade in a bowl, pour that over, get it all tossed together, and just put it to the side. I would say you want the wings to marinate for at least an hour before you plan to cook them.
If you can, overnight.
Yeah, overnight is always best. We know that with marinades. Just get more of the flavor coming through.
That's all the banging.
Sam says that's all the banging for him today. There it is. That is actually huge. So all we're gonna do, whatever is easiest for you, probably just do it like that. And you cut that off. And then you just have the chicken wing. So I'll put that piece back in here. These are meaty, Samo.
You said you had 38 pieces? Like 38 together pieces? Or?
Yeah.
So you got 72 wings?
No. 38.
So you got 19 pieces.
Yes, there you go. He's calculating. I also see some like weird stuff on these wings, so I might go back over them after this is all split off. I don't like when that yellow like skin is still on there. Half done. Has anyone had this style of chicken wings before that's in chat? Or is this something new? Whoa, look at this one. Holy. Let's just trim that a bit. Got like the whole drumstick on there still. Oh, wrong way. Been a while since you fried chicken. When it comes to wings, you normally barbecue them. Oh, interesting. I know of actually quite a few people really like grilled wings. Done. And then I'll save those for a broth. Done with the shears. I think I'll get rid of my gloves for now. And now for the marinade. So for 10 wings, we have about double. So let's double this. We'll do it in a bowl. Put those over to the side. Maybe I'll just keep them actually over here for now. I think it'll fit in there. We'll start with the 2 eggs. So we gotta beat those up first. Whip them up. The eggs? These eggs actually look really nice. So yellow. So it's all even and emulsified. There's no little bits of whites around. That's really important for how that's gonna coat the chicken later. I think now we'll add the rest of the liquids and then we'll finish with the dry stuff last. So I'll go grab some of our spices. We need black pepper, white pepper, garlic powder, and some sugar. We need the mortar and pestle. So the white pepper I always keep whole, so we'll have to grind it up. There's our sugar. Do like a brown style sugar, and then our garlic we can put in here right now. Half teaspoon of garlic. That looks good. Crack our black pepper. Stop there. Need half a teaspoon of white pepper. Nice, okay. Move it around and make it finer. We got the pepper, pal. Instantly up the nostrils. If I sneeze, you know why. Okay, that looks good. That's enough. Like I said, that's one of the more important spices. You can't forget. Okay, a little bit of sugar. I gotta open this up. A spoon left me. Somehow got caught on the drawer. This is an Asian brand of brown sugar that I bought recently. I wanted to try it. Made in Taiwan. A teaspoon of sugar. Just a little bit. Okay. Done with the dry things. We got the Shaoxing wine right here. I'll come back with the soy sauce, the cornstarch, and the flour. And we do need to add a little bit of salt in there. There's not soy sauce to season these, it's salt. So don't forget that. Flour bin's been taken over. Piled a bunch of stuff on it. Success. Hello, Bella. How are you doing? just 1 tablespoon of salt. Okay. There we go. 1 tablespoon of salt. Crack open our wine. 2 tablespoons of that. Mmm. Your place smells good with homemade barbecue sauce and beef ribs in the slow cooker. That sounds great. I'll be right over. Did you do what style of beef ribs? The back ribs? Or like the dinosaur ones? Soy sauce. 2 tablespoons of this too. Now, the cornstarch and the flour. Let's maybe mix this up together first. Pterodactyl ribs. Beef back ribs. They came in a pack of 2. Was that from Costco? I've noticed that a lot of places recently have started to market beef back ribs. Let me know what you think of them. Because I feel like they're pretty expensive for the amount of meat that you end up getting off. Bella, you realize that you need these wings in your life? They are really good. It's been a few years since we made them. It's time. Okay. 2 tablespoons of cornstarch. Oh, nice. There's a spoon already in it. 2. And then the same, or sorry, 4 tablespoons of flour. One, 2, 3, 4. The last thing is the oil for frying. Now we'll mix this up till it's nice and smooth. We don't want any lumps. Might take a little bit of mixing to achieve that. Still just gonna use this fork. See if I have to switch to a whisk or not. Nice, that worked really good. You just had to moisten the dry stuff a little bit and now it's mixing in. No problem. So see how it's like a batter and marinade at the same time? That's exactly what we want. No lumps. The wine, I find, always smells really good in there. All right, now we're gonna pour this over. And then we'll mix it all up. I'll get another pair of gloves. And then those are gonna sit until we are done with the noodle prep. Soak that bowl so it doesn't get all stuck on. Did you get a message back?
Not yet.
Okay. Dr. Kate, we got the gloves. Watch out. Give this a toss all around. Get it all coated up. All the crevices. And then we'll probably want to toss them around a couple times as they're sitting with the marinade. Just to make sure it's getting marinated nice and evenly. And then the other thing I'll do is just kind of press it all into one layer the best that you can. So they're all kind of submerged. There we go. Ooh. Okay. Done with that. Now we'll switch to our veggies. I'll get the pot for our noodles to boil on, because that will take a little bit to heat up. Easy peasy. We'll get our pot on. We'll put a few things away that we don't need. We'll use this big old pot. Hit the lid. And then I don't think I'm going to treat it like pasta. I don't think I'm going to season the water. It didn't say to for the noodles. I think we'll have enough seasoning with the soy sauce and other flavorings for the stir fry. It won't be bland. And then I think it said boil for like 30 seconds or something. It's not that long. For stir fry noodles. Okay, put udon noodles into boiling water, cook for 1 to 2 minutes, drain the noodles, and then after that you can combine them into the stir fry. These are made in Korea. But are they not Japanese noodles? Magic. Okay, guys, I'm putting a few things away. That burner is smoking. Must have got some fat on there. We'll probably need the soy sauce later, but I'll leave it here for now. I already went all this way. Okay, what do we got in here? We got our sad looking green onions to use. Got some cabbage. I don't think asparagus would be good, but carrots, yes. Maybe just some onion and garlic. Is it really hard for you guys to find udon in a regular store? I guess we kind of cheated yesterday because the one store we went to get everything partners with the market that Sam went to, so TNT. So they carry a lot of those Asian things. So that's why we didn't have to go to both. And then today he just got the fresh meats to take. There's a silly little squirrel out in the driveway. It was so cute when we were driving to the storage locker last week, or maybe it was this week. Drive by like quite a few farmers' fields and the cows are having babies. There was a baby cow just like giving her when they're like hopping around and stuff. It was awesome. Made me so happy. Okay, cabbage, carrot, onion, garlic, scallion. You could do bok choy, mushrooms. I had to fill in mushrooms yesterday with our beef, so I'm good on that. So let's get some carrots to chop. Good crunch and sweetness. It's always a bit deceiving when you start chopping up the veggies, so I think I'll keep 2. What did they say on this too for the recipe for the noodles? What are their steps that they take? Okay, so he did cabbage, mushroom, green onion, bok choy. I did cabbage, carrot, green onion, garlic. And then we can do some pork. I'll do that after the veggies. I'll just chop it up really nice and fine and do a little marinade so we can stir fry it first. And then our sauce. Marinate the pork, mix together the sauces. I think for the veggies, he tells you how to cut them all so he doesn't put the prepping part of the veggie in the recipe. Cook the noodles until very al dente. And then fry the pork. Do your veggies. Add the noodles back in with the sauce. That's exactly what I was going to do. Perfect. We'll tip and top this. I'm going to invent a store where you can just buy one singular green onion, not a whole pack. Because by the time you use the other half of it, it's all dried out. Bless the Samo. Those are good. Let's peel our carrots. Thanks, Niche. Next up, our garlic. We'll just do slices of garlic. Your good chunkers stir fried up in there. Yummo. Let's do all of it. That one's already sprouting. Mish, you're like, I'll say it. I've said it once, and I'll say it again, Kate. Just put it in the freezer. I'll commit to that in our next location. Hold me to it. Freezer garlic. I just don't know what my next living situation is going to be, whether I have a fridge or not. That's the question. Use garlic as a freezer. What is he saying, Mish? Oh, get her Mish, you meant to say, not mesh. It's like, what kind of mesh do I need? Oh, I know, Michael. That's why I said it. She'll hold me accountable. That goes for the rest of you, too. Let me go get my mesh. Sneaky piece of garlic skin. Got it. We have a stack of mini fridges. Yeah, in the next location. Well, we already got one. So we know we're good there. I was waiting for it. The whole day we've been making chicken wings. Thank you very much, tall homie Joe, with the Prime Gaming sub. 3 months in a row. Hope you're having a good weekend. We got the chicken wings on deck. My scallion rant prompts a serious question. Before I get into it, I just want to say hello, Weasel. I hope you've been good, dude. Thanks for popping in today. I rant about a lot of things on here, it's true. How do you feel about dehydrators to extend the shelf life of foods that would otherwise perish too quickly? As a single person, you're often forced to buy a bunch of an item when you only need a little. Dehydrators are good, but I won't say great. Because, yes, they'll dry the food and preserve it, but what they don't do a very good job of is, like, actually preserving the proper flavor. Like, for example, for the herbs, if your dehydrator doesn't have a specific temperature setting, if you dehydrate it too high, you'll actually get it too hot, and a lot of those essential oils will come out as you dry it. So that's kind of like defeating the purpose almost. So I would say yes, it's good, but not great. But I don't even want to recommend like a freeze dryer because like I can't afford that, so I don't ever expect you guys to. But that would definitely be your best option. I know some people, like local here, rent out their freeze dryer so you can like bring a bunch of stuff one day and like pay them X amount of money and then walk away with all your freeze dried foods. That's pretty cool. So if you could find that. And then obviously the freezer is like your last bet. Yeah, that's not me, Wayne. Someone's like, every day, guys, someone makes burnt toast around here and it just like flows into the apartment and that's all we smell right now. I was like, it's not me. Beers and chores, that sounds like a Sunday. I know, I did mention yesterday dehydrating my tarragon because I needed 1 tablespoon chopped from it and I don't have any other use. So maybe next weekend, I don't know. I think it'll be too late for me to show you how to dehydrate. I was going to plan to do that all this week. But if you're in our Discord channel, then I'll share some photos as I do that. Because dehydrating is good. It's definitely not bad. Right, Mish? Freeze dryers are huge. On the homestead channels that we watch right now, they're all partnering with those companies. But like, those are the people that really use them, right? Because they plant huge gardens or farms. You have so much stuff to harvest at the end of the season. And yeah, some of it will go bad. So having a freeze dryer really is helpful for them. And then, like I said, that really holds in all the nutrients and the proper flavors. So you never really feel like you're missing out on anything. Okay, we got our garlic prepped. That's separate, as you guys can see, because that usually burns if we fry it with the onion. Nice, Shady. And yeah, toss the extras into your garden as fertilizer, for sure. Yeah, we'll use all of this onion. We'll just slice it really nice and fine. And then I'll get a couple more containers for the rest of this stuff. That for the green onion, this for the onion, and then something for the cabbage and carrot. Maybe we'll just put them in a bowl. Yes, yeah, the families are huge, right? When you have like, man, 4, 6, 8 kids even. That's wild. Okay, guys, our pot for the noodles is up and ready. Maybe we'll switch over there real quick and get those in and cooked. What do we think? All we'll have to do after they're cooked is toss them with a bit of oil so they don't stick together. Let's go back up this way for now. So we're working on that pot back there. I'll cook all of these nudes, Samuel. Or you want me to save 1 pack? Saving 1 pack. Yeah, I've seen the freeze-dried candy, but I've never tasted it. What's the best one? Pell, I got a cheap dehydrator. 2 settings, on and off. It still does something, though. That's what matters most. Okay, so 1 to 2 minutes. I'm gonna go with the 1 option. Timer on. Put this back in the freezer because Samo's a noodle man. You tried a freeze-dried sour Skittle? Oh, that would be good. The Skittles aren't sour enough anymore. They're not putting enough citric acid. You should write them a letter. Whoa, it really thawed in like no time. This is crazy. Kind of looks like brains. Just trying to separate a bit so it heats up evenly in here, but don't try to pull the noodles apart because then you'll break them. Just zhuzh them around a bit. That is the minute mark. Well, some of them are still frozen a bit. Okay. Now they're all separated and soft. It feels good. Turn it off. I'm just gonna put the lid on and then strain them out over the sink. They look like brains, it's true. We don't want them wet when we put it in the stir fry, so really make sure you strain it good. All the water gone. Okay, let's check them out. Move over. So now we'll just put a little bit of oil on. Gonna do some peanut oil. And then as we finish prepping the rest, that way they won't stick all together into one brick. Give it a toss around so this all gets coated. Looks good, and we didn't break any noodles. Okay, back to our onion. So there's a root here, a really big one actually. I'm just gonna trim that out first. Otherwise all those pieces would have been held together. Now just nice thin slices. Just gonna stop there. Don't like that part either when it starts to sprout. Take that out. So that can go over by the garlic. Next one, we can chop our green onions. Hi, Crazy Alice's. I'm doing good. How was your weekend going? We're making some easy Chinese foods today. Another one done. I got a big bowl because when you chop up the cabbage, it's gonna go massive. It's gonna explode. So we'll put that in there first and then we'll put the carrots on the side. There's just so much cabbage still. Let's cut off this side that's kind of turning brown already. That is probably good. And then put your plastic right back on where you cut it. Yes, Mish. Exploding cabbage. That's the name of our Canadian folk band name. Okay, trim this off first. How do I say this? Min897, thanks for that follow. Welcome on in. Okay, so we'll shred this nice and thin. I think I'll cut it in half so it's not too long of pieces again. I'm not going crazy thin because you don't want the cabbage to just fall apart when you cook it. Nice. Yeah, that trick of the iceberg lettuce. Just smack the whole thing on the counter and then you can twist the stem out. Lollyfox12, thanks for the follow. And it's fun too, doing that sort of stuff when you get to smash things in the kitchen. Like you're allowed to make loud noises. Count me in. Hello, friend. Hope you're having a good weekend. Okay, let's cut this one in half because it's really big. This one, I usually cut it if it won't really fit my knife blade. Smash it on the owner's face. It was bad. Is that where you were bullied as the dishwasher? Unacceptable. So I'll cut it in half so we have little half moons of carrots and then just little thin slices of that. Fried carrot and cabbage together is so good. This one I'm not gonna cut because it's so small. Had to eat the nubbin. Ulysses, you rarely find fresh okra in Germany, but your daughter recently found freeze-dried okra chips. A very intense experience. I can imagine the flavor would be compounded so much. Did you like it? That's terrible, pal. I hate those stories. I mean, I've worked my fair share of jobs where, yeah, not everyone is honest on the management side of things. vegetables. All right. Oh no. Little carrots. Marinate chicken. Check. Veggies. Check. Boil noodles. Check. Sauce. Not checked. What is our sauce that we're going to bring together for these noodles? We'll just eat the pork on this side of the noodles. I won't put any into the noodles, I think.
Nope.
We'll just leave it veggies.
Yeah.
Sounds great. We need oyster sauce, soy sauce. We got our sugar here already. More white pepper. Glad I didn't put it away. Or maybe I did, but I kept the mortar pestle. I'll go grab it again. MS Jesus? You can't forget that one. Crazy Assies, let's just say if I had a choice between the okra chips and something else, I would pick the something else. I'm kind of with you on that. I mean, I didn't grow up eating okra. Maybe it would be different if that was the case, right? But I've tried okra in a lot of different forms, and like the only way I can eat it is deep fried where it's crispy. But then like you don't really taste it at that point, so is that really worth it? I don't know. Leftover spaghetti for lunch. Bro threw 5 sausages into this sauce. There was more sausage than sauce. He's bumping up your protein levels, okay? Okay, they said a little bit of chicken broth. I'm intrigued by that. And then cornstarch. Let me go get some of these things. We'll put a little bit more of the Shaoxing in. White pep. Who that? SPZ, hello. Thank you for the 5-month resub, friend. How are you doing? How's your weekend? Has it been busy? There was wine in the sausage? That sounds good. Interesting. You really love okra because you grew up in the South, see? But the chips were too much. Zachary? Homer? Dude, we miss you guys too. Thanks for popping on. Been thinking about you lately. I hope you're good. Might come out to visit this summer. Okay, let's get another little container to put all of our sauce ingredients in. And we have a bonk in here sneaking in too. Everyone's just slowly filing in. I get it. The weather's nice out now. Like, we went for a walk yesterday after stream. It was the busiest out I've ever seen it for like foot traffic, people walking around. I loved it. It made me happy. Oyster sauce is in the fridge. This is the good one. Bonk says someone left the side door open a crack, so I slipped in. I was up a bit too late last night. What did you get up to? Oh no. Okay, when you can't open a like sugary sauce like this, just run it under the water a bit. We're locked out of the sauce. Celebrated a birthday. Nice. It was my broski's birthday actually yesterday, but he was busy doing stuff with my dad. So I said, I'm gonna see him this upcoming week instead. Okay. 2 tablespoons or maybe a little bit more of the oyster sauce. See how that stuff comes out? It's like feels like old school Heinz bottle vibes. Tapping on the ketchup bottle. Just freaking out because you want ketchup with your french fries. This isn't in the sauce, but it was supposed to go with the pork. And this is also in the chicken wings marinade. Shaoxing wine. Just a bit. Next one. Couple tablespoons of soy sauce. Half a tablespoon of sugar. Let's mix that up now. Oh yeah, the chicken broth. I'm intrigued by this. I guess we just add a little bit of water and then some chicken broth. It says a 1/4 cup. This is actually kind of perfect because I have this. I'm not sure if you've seen this before. So it's actually a liquid chicken broth. Really good actually from Knorr. We'll just pour like a 1/4 cup of warm water just under and then put a squeeze of that. That was for you, Mish. Just wondering if you were paying attention or not. The Knorr. You're very attentive for a 12-year-old. Has anybody ever said that before? Squeezed it. Nice. Chimkin broth completed. Okay, next one. White pepper time again. Round 1/4 teaspoon. Move that out of the way so we don't spill it. Whoa, that was a bit much. Who did it? It wasn't me. What did you guys do? Whoa, I was going so crazy, it's flying everywhere. Somehow, some way, there was still a whole peppercorn in there. That, a 1/4 teaspoon of MSG. From when they hunted the pepper pod. Say what? Oh, excuse me, I almost died there. Don't choke on your own saliva. I was gonna say a 1/4 teaspoon of MSG. I measured that one out. You don't want to overdo that one. Half a tablespoon of cornstarch. And that should be it. Cornstarcho. And that'll help the sauce coat everything. So nice. Never leave the cornstarch out of your Chinese stir fries. Doesn't really look like enough sauce, but let's see. Maybe it's a bit deceiving. I don't think I have that much stuff over there. Okay, put in these few things back. Maybe I'll leave the soy, just in case I'm not happy with the sauce. And now I think we're going to start heating up oil for the chicken wings. Their first fry. So we can just leave that to this side for now. We got the sauce complete, and yeah, all that's on the list now. Heat up the oil to 325. First fry, second fry, and then obviously finishing off the stir fry part too. Didn't even make that many dishes. See if these noodles are all stuck together or what. Okay, not bad. They're like stuck, but they easily come back apart. That's perfect. It's not gonna be as long as yesterday's scoops. Not even close. Okay, let's adjust this stove view for cooking over here. I think I gotta raise us up a bit so we can see in the pot. Nice. Love it. So that's where we're gonna fry our chicken wings. Turn that on. I got some oils that I'm going to use up out of the fridge. That we've used once. Look at that one from the Bannock. And then I'll top it up with some peanut oil if we need. And the only other thing I'll have to do is get a thermometer into there so that we can take the temperature of the oil. This one's a bit darker. We just won't take it from the bottom. Nice. All the bad bits just stay on the bottom. It strains itself out. Thermometer. Will this reach the bottom of the pot? So you don't want it to touch the very bottom of the pot, just to be submerged in the oil. And then 325 is the temp we're looking for. Oh, that's like perfect. It's right in the middle. So that usually takes around 20 minutes to heat up. So in the meantime, while that's heating up, I think we should organize everything for the chicken wing frying. Because we'll need some sheet pans because they get double fried. A spider to scoop it out of the oil. and also keeping all of our stir-fry stuff organized over there. These can come over here. Nice thing about this container, it's actually heat proof up until 400 degrees Fahrenheit. So I can work with it near all this hot stuff and nothing bad will happen to the plastic. Yeah, watch the thermometer, guys. Move this because I don't like how that looks. So, sheet pan with a metal rack. Chicken wings? Oh no, I can't get my rack out. It's been booby trapped. Somebody help me. Somebody help me. Oh. Oh. Samo stacked all the racks in front of the places that I need to work in right now. Somebody send help. Just minor inconvenience. Got it. Got it. That's what it was. Got it. Now we need the spider. And I did hear the chicken wing. One sec. The whole place is falling apart. Sorry. Crazy Alice's, thank you very much. 9 months. We made a Twitch food, baby. Their name is Shanghai. Inspired by what we're cooking today. And hi, Mary. How's it going? Okay, let's give this thing a tap. Sometimes it needs that. We'll need some gloves because I think that will be so helpful. Not get our hands dirty scooping the battered chicken into the oil. There, this is more like how these things should be over here. Lovely. 1 glove, 2 glove. Do we season the chicken wings, I wonder, with anything after they come out of the oil? Let's look. So far, so good, Mary. We're rolling right along. It just says served with hot sauce. Drain the wings on paper towels or a cooling rack and serve it with hot sauce. Okay. Sounds easy enough. Maybe we don't need this here. I cut my fingy on something just now. Unknown item. $1.50. Thanks, Niche. Like, what the heck did I even do? It's like the smallest little slit. Ouch. We're looking for $3.25, so we need to go across from where we are now. Have a sip of water, everyone. I actually gotta top this up with this. That's gonna change the temp again. Olive the oil? G347, how's it going? Welcome. I'm just doing a little cleanup while we're waiting on that. We're at the 200 F, Mish says. Working really good. You're trying to stay awake. Your sleep schedule messed up. What time are we planning to go over? Okay. Still haven't heard anything yet?
It can either be 3 o'clock or 4 o'clock. And then the time it takes me to do the interview afterwards.
Okay. But it's okay if things are done at like 2:30? 2? It's not that hard to make, so.
Yeah, we just reheat it all anyways.
Okay, sounds good. We're taking some of this to our friends, so I was just seeing what our game plan was. You work night shift. That was going to be my other question. You're in a different time zone? Where are you at? And then one note on these chicken wings, it does say, if you marinated the wings overnight and put them in the fridge, obviously, it's important that they come up to room temp before we deep fry them. So we started working on those chicken wings first thing today, took all the tips off and then marinated them, and they've been on the counter for the last like hour and 15. So those will definitely not be cold from the fridge when we go to cook them. Oh, cool. You're in Singapore? I've always wanted to go there. We have, I know for sure one person from our Twitch community that's from there. They keep inviting me to go visit. We're almost there, Mish. Just over 250 now. Getting towards the 325. And then I'll put my glove on and then start dropping these wings in. Might give them a little mix around actually right now, just while we're waiting. And then it says to fry in small batches just so you don't cool off the oil too much and overload it. Might do like 5 or 6 at a time. We'll see what fits good in the pot. That's how they're looking right now. So it's a marinade batter, I think is the best way to describe it. I'm just leaving that glove on. It's part of me now. Wash it and everything. Me too, G3. I really want to. I'd love to see the Formula One race there. That would be something. Pick up that spoon I dropped earlier. Okay, we're almost there. We're almost at 300. Just don't come during monsoon season. Noted. No F1 spoilers. It's true, Bonk. Don't do it. I think they drive around a track. That might be it. Hi, Mom. I'm cooking some Chinese foods, and then we're gonna bring it over to our friend's house to watch the race all together after. We're almost there, Mish. Hope you guys are having a good weekend, enjoying the nice weather. We got the chicken wings. It's true. Thanks for the resub. 60 months in a row being part of the kitchen crew. It's almost time to fry some chicky wings. Yeah, Mom's in her 60s now. She's gonna be like, excuse me? You better watch out, Mish. The 60-monthers. Hey, we're like 5 degrees off. You can take it. Didn't do much during Saturday, but earlier you made butter chicken and naan. I would come over for that. Those are some of my favorite comfort foods. I'll never turn down butter chicken and naan. Is it time, guys? It's on the 325. Now it's starting to go over. So I think we'll keep it on this medium heat setting where I have it, because when we put the stuff into the oil, it will cool it off slightly, and then we can see if we have to adjust the dial at all. It's not as fun deep frying on the stovetop as like having an actual deep fryer that will just keep the temperature for you. So you have to work a little bit harder at home when you do this. I'm gonna drop these in one at a time because they're pretty big and I don't want to splash. So 1, 2, 3. Okay, the heat's still going up, so I'll turn this down a bit. 4, 5. Okay, that's just slightly sticking out. I'm gonna try and get 6 pieces in here. I can do it in like 3 rounds. Perfect. Nothing sticking on the bottom. I think that is great. I don't want to push that anymore. So then we have 2, 4, 6, 2, 4, 6. Perfect. So an equal 2 more rounds to fry. So this is the first fry. These are going to get double fried. That's specified in the recipe, and we also learned that a lot of Asian cultures will double fry their foods because they like it really crispy. You never had butter chicken before today? So then what did you think of it? Did you like it? And then we have a rack back here to put all the wings on when it is cooked. But right now I think we're just trying to get them like blanched, I would say. Like that's already looking pretty good. Wow. I'm gonna start fishing those out, I think. Do I even need the spider? Okay, so the oil did drop in temp a bit. Can you guys see? It's around what now? Like 275? Turn that back up again. Those look so good already though. You're glad you followed the right recipe. You can't really describe the spices, but you like the gravy, the creamy and savory. It is, yeah, very delicious. If you never had it, it would be hard to describe. There's lots of different ingredients in there. Shouldn't take more than about 5 minutes to get that back up to temp. And yeah, they said for the first round, fry the wings for around like 5 minutes. Or obviously until they start to go golden. And then the second fry around 3 to 5 until obviously they're cooked through. Yeah, it is so good, Bonk. I love butter chicken. I'm gonna wait 2 more minutes and then start putting those in. Just because I feel like it was almost too hot, the oil, last time. And it started making it go pretty brown already. Three. That one is huge. 4. 5. And then 6 again. And we just have 6 left now. And then those marinated for almost 2 hours. Yeah, marinating the chicken in the yogurt makes it so tender, hey? It's magic. Don't skip that step for sure. That guy nestled in there. There we go. I think after this first fry is complete with the wings, we'll just do a quick switcheroo and get the veggies cooking for the stir fry in the other pan. And then everything will be ready at the same time. Almost done with this round. So as much as these look like they are done right now, they're not. So I wouldn't recommend trying to eat these right now. It's pretty crazy how much stuff with bones in it, when you deep fry it, it will cool off the oil. You want to eat some buffalo wings now, right? I'm so excited. It's looking really good. One more minute and then we'll switch those out. It looks like the oil dropped again, so we'll wait for it to heat back up. Thank you, friend. Love it. Thank you very much, Gearbox Man, for the $10 donation to our weekly groceries. Might be one of the last weekly grocery goals, so I appreciate it. Okay, start fishing our wings out. Round 2 complete. Five minutes. The other reason I like frying chicken wings is all the chicken fat that comes out and goes into the pot. It's like you're frying it in its own chicken fat. Any job news, Mish? So Samo's doing an interview this afternoon at a winery that our friend works at. We actually helped him find that job, which is funny. And we were applying to some places around there, and he's like, well, we have 2 positions open here if you guys want to work with me. So we're like, okay. So Sam's going to talk to that chef today and see, because that way at least we'd have like more of an apartment style living situation, not just a dorm with a bunch of kids working at a hotel. So we'll see how that goes. And then he also is speaking to my chef from Waterton tomorrow to see if he can fit him in there, and then we'll have a few decisions to make. But those 2 jobs start on May 1st, so we'll have a bit of time also to make that decision and organize ourselves. Okay, we're almost back up to 300, so I'm gonna drop those in again. I'll have to change the stream schedule of some sort, like you guys always know I do over the years. So I'll let you know. Stay tuned. Do I want to scoop these with this? Not really. Use my hands for this part. Once I know what kind of schedule will be working, then I can determine what the stream will be, right? But all of that's currently up in the air, so I only really know as much as you guys do. Woohoo! The container's empty. Whoop whoop! No more dirty bits. Rinse that out now with some cold water. Shimmy these around. There we go. Beautiful. One entire tray of chicken wings by the time we're done. Okay, so those are finishing off. And then what do I want to do for the stir fry? Are you guys cool if I stir fry back here? And keep that pot on the same burner? Do like a double view of sorts? Get us organized. That looks good too. I'm like seeing what's gonna be the best. Because then this is gonna have to leave. Go there. This here. Nice. And all I'm planning to do for oil for the stir fry, just ladle a little bit of the deep fryer oil into the pan. You're good to go. A bit more. Turn that on now to medium high, and then we'll start by, I think, first stir frying the cabbage and carrot, and then we'll get into the onion and garlic. And then we'll do the noodles and the sauce and put everything else together. Green onions at the end. And yeah, there's no ginger in the Chinese style stir fries. or at least these Shanghai stir-fried noodles. But otherwise, I really like putting ginger into my stir-fry. Okay, so I'm just gonna turn that pot off for now. Don't worry, it's still gonna hold the heat while we work on this stuff over here. I just don't want it to get too hot because it's really hard to cool down the oil when that happens. So unless you're really cooking in it, don't have it on. This one is like the best looking one. I'm gonna show you guys. Like, wow. It like puffed up, bubbled up the skin. And then you can see how they're browning even at this lower temp. So for the second fry, it's not that we even have to turn up the heat anymore. We can fry it at the same temperature that we just did. Thanks, yeah it is. I think they're gonna be awesome. Okay, so this is slowly heating up. Definitely want a spatula when you're stir frying. I have to maybe wash one. What are my options here? Something wide and flat. Yes, Bonk, yeah. Cook them through, get all the juices out, and then you can crisp them up after they've been rested. So we want this really hot when we stir fry so that we get some color, a little bit of char on the vegetables. You can always test with a piece of cabbage. Yeah, that looks great actually. It's popping. So both of these can get cooked together. And then we'll just hang on to this bowl because everything can go back into here once it's been fried. I would recommend adding a bit of seasoning now to your veggies. Pepper. A little pinch of salt. Stir that around. Nice, we're getting some charred bits. It's looking good. Hey, Christopher Price Music came back. How's your Sunday going? wonder if I could turn this. Can we focus more on it? There. And I like my veggies more crunchy than soggy in a stir fry. So let's say cook it al dente. I gotta sneeze. Almost got you guys so bad in your eardrums. I think the pepper got me. Finally. All the white pepper we've ground up today. Okay, now I'm gonna just try a little piece of cabbage. Mmm. Thanks, Mish. Crunchy, juicy. Turning that off and I'll scoop it into the bowl. Then we'll fry our onions next. And yes, cast iron pans are a little bit scary when you get them really hot like this, so just be careful. That's how it turned out though. All right, back on. A little bit more ladle of oil in there. I have enough pieces of flair to work at tchotchkes. What's that? I need to work at a teppanyaki place? I'm in. Okay, that might have been a lot of oil, but let's see. Separate all the onion pieces. Nice. Now we'll let those fry up. We want to get some color on them for sure. It's Titan. How was your weekend? You been busy or what? It was a restaurant like Fridays, kind of in the movie Waiting. I love that movie. Required 14 pieces of flair for the waitstaff, but encouraged more. Classic. We're stirring and we're frying. Get a drink from the freezer, Scoots. What did you get? excited for my surprise drink later. I don't even know what it's gonna be. Chinese themed. Yes, that's right. God's banana muffins. A cold Pepsi Zero. Pepsi? I always reminisce about the Pepsi bottle cap contests. Those were legit. The free ones? Yeah, remember when you used to pick the little tabs out of the bottle caps? You get like free drinks and stuff. Mountain Dew? Right, Mish? Yeah, we knew that God could bake a proper muffin. Okay, so onions are almost done frying. Does this mean I have to put the garlic in next, I guess? I went pretty crazy on the onion frying. But I don't like when they're crunchy. I just roughly chopped this garlic. I didn't mince it, nor was it sliced. Quite a bit, too. Fry that till it's golden. And then I think we'll dump the rest of the veggies back in. And we'll get the noodles in. The onions soaked up all the oil. I really keep this stuff stirring around because I don't want it to burn. That's when it starts to taste bitter. We are being attentive. Okay, dump this in. And then we'll put the green onion next, too. And then I think I'll dump the noodles in the pan, but just not add the sauce yet. We gotta finish the chicken wings, and then we can sauce this. I just don't want them to soak it all up as it's sitting here. That looks awesome, though. Your neighbor set the woods on fire. They had to come out and put it out. What the heck, Titan? And you're currently under a burn ban, so they're probably gonna get fined. Oh, he has to go to court? That's so bad. What not to do? Okay, I'm just gonna use my hands for the noodles. They feel so funny. Udon noodles. They didn't stick together. Ugh. My hands are like all sticky now from that. So thick, Mish. Okay, so that pan's off. Those will slowly warm over the top, and then we'll turn our deep fryer back on. Looks like it's still around like 275. Oh no, 200. Just move that back there for now so it's not still cooking. Okay. Medium heat for that. I'm gonna go take a quick bathroom break while that's going. I have returned. Hi, Jelly. Hello there, food. Sweet, sweet food. How's your day, Jelly? The fine is only $100 plus $187. I was gonna say, usually if you're the one that sets the fire, you gotta pay for the services that it took to put it out. Oofda. That's so wild. Not something that we want to mess around with. You're playing some games? What have you been playing? Just waiting on our fryer to heat back up to finish off this delicious pan of chicken wings. If it would have burnt the plants that you just put in the ground yesterday, you would be in jail. You would not be a mod anymore. Oh my gosh. It smells like a Chinese restaurant in this place. I like how there's just a surprise underneath of the noodles hanging out. Can't wait to mix that all together. You like nudes? I also do. I've not had a lot of udon noodles in my life, but Samo loves them. So I said, I'll get into it. So I think I'll just fry like 6 right now for us to finish. I'll put them on a plate. And then we'll finish the rest later to bring over. And then we'll need what? A bowl for the noodles? You love udon? A lot of people like them. The thickness. They are down with the thickness. And then, yeah, yaki udon is simple and delicious. There's a lot of food out there that's simple and delicious. Trout season is in 2 weeks, but man, I don't know if I'll fish much because the rivers are still covered in debris. Oh, shoot. From the hurricane? I bet that like affected the fish too, the quality, hey? Because they're not able to eat the same stuff. The waters are dirty now. Maybe it would be worth just going out once to see. Could always do that. Okay, we're at almost 325. And I'm going to stick these ones in that are a bit more brown on this edge. 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. Okay, so from the last round. So these will only take a moment or two. This last one. Nestle it down there. Okay. While those are going, take that out of the way. Bring our noodles back over here. Turn on this pan because we're going to need some heat to activate the cornstarch. Fried chicken. You're just doing catch and release? Okay. We got the chicky wingers on deck. Then I just mixed up the sauce for the stir fry. I'm gonna add it in here now. We're gonna start tossing this together to get it all coated. Hopefully we don't need more sauce. They're getting so crisp. I'm gonna temp this one. You gotta make sure it's also cooked through. Oh yeah, no problem. Okay, guys. Are you sure it's chicken today? Remember that one time it was rabbit? There was this one time. Okay, now I'm gonna use those same tongs to mix this up. Oh, it is getting saucy. Distribute all those veggies and stuff around. I might just do a little bit of water into there. loosen this up a bit. And then we'll taste it before we serve to make sure all the seasoning is still good. There we go. Whoa, the Shaoxing wine smells so good in there. I can smell the white pepper. Okay, that is like perfectly seasoned. That is really good. Like honestly, way better than I thought it was gonna taste. Okay, I'm bringing it over. I love the white pepper flavor. Those and those. Samo. They're yummy. Jelly says, my sense of smell is really bad, almost non-existent, but I can smell it, Kate.
Nice noodles. Yeah, Shanghai's are about half the noodles.
Half the thickness.
Yeah.
Look at how saucy it is. And then crunchy cabbage and veggie pieces. Mmm. And then our crispy, very, very crispy chicky wings. I'll take a photo real quick and then we'll taste this. See how we did. It's quick and easy Sunday, so we're usually here for 3 hours or less. It's currently the 2.5 hour mark. That fork out of there for a sec. Nice. Okay. These are yummy. I need to show you how they eat. Not everyone has eaten these before. Yeah, I don't think I would have wanted mushies in there at all. Really nice, like light flavor. It's a little bit of soy flavor, a little bit of white pepper, and then the green onion lightens it up too. I like it. Like I said, better than what I thought it was gonna be. I was kind of weirded out. And then this. Then there's this masterpiece. The batter marinade. I'm telling you guys. It's actually nuts. That's the flat. Can we just pick the bone out? Yes, we can. Look at the inside. Super juicy. It's all cooked through. And all I usually do is try to pick that other bone out if I can. Same with that little chunk of gristle or cartilage on the end. And then you literally have a perfect morsel of crispy chicken wing. Mmm. Oh yeah, you gotta tell your chicken wing story now. They're like perfectly seasoned. She doesn't want me to barf. Not too salty. A lot of white pepper flavor on the noodles. You don't really taste it on the chicken wing, so I like how that contrasts. I never glaze these, Bonk. They usually just get eaten with a sauce that you dip in. Mmm. That is like seriously the best chicken wing recipe. And also, I can say good quality chicken wings that we ended up with. I guess it's really a good testament to the flavor of the chicken wings if you don't even feel like you need a sauce. I'm glad I only cooked the 4 packs of noodles today because this ended up being a lot of food. I got some really nice flavor in here too from stir frying all the veggies how we did, browning up the onions. Mmm. It's really addicting, the flavor. I need Samo to try this. It turned out it's addicting, right? Is that the MSG part? Maybe. Oh yeah, Mary, we didn't do the dessert yesterday. We tried a little bit of it though, and it's really good.
Those are dad calls it Chinese food.
Isn't it so good? I said like straight up, those are the best recipe. A thumbs up from me all around, guys. I don't have a ton of energy today. I didn't have the best sleep ever, but I'm glad that I was able to make all this deliciousness to enjoy. He's not doing anything crazy because he has an interview in like 25 minutes probably. So he's not going to get full. Thanks, Mish. It's all good. Okay, let's go see who we're going to go raid, leave you guys with. Looks like Kanara's playing Stray. Always a super fun game. Loved it. We've played that before. Steve is on. We should go see him then. 'Cause it's been a couple weeks. And thanks for the follow, G347. Welcome to the crew. Thanks for the well wishes on the jobs, guys. I think we finally nailed this one after like, I think this is his 4th or 5th interview now. We were both commenting the other day. It's like, wow, I got really good at doing job interviews now. The first one was like rough. Okay, friendos. So recipes for this are in Discord. The chicken wing one is from, when, honestly? Let's see when we first made these, because I had to search for it. How many years ago did we make these? (2021) 03/13. That's almost like to the exact date. We're 10 days off to 4 years. What? Let's just say it's been too long. Raid. Chef Steve, 3:30. You've never had a job interview? That's wild. I'm moving to Denmark. I hope you guys have a wonderful rest of the day, night, wherever you are in the world. Don't work too hard. I'll let you know what our schedule is. Sorry, coming up this week. I got a tickle in my throat. You've had the same job for 13 years? That is unreal. I can't even imagine that. You don't interview well? I used to think I didn't, but then I think it's actually the other way around. Some people suck at doing job interviews too, right? Okay. Thanks for all the support this weekend. I got 23 subs yesterday on stream, so thank you so much, guys, for all of the support. And yeah, hope we inspired you with some delicious foods. If you missed yesterday's stream, it was a wild one. Definitely watch the VOD. Lots of good cooking. Okay, I'm gonna go leave you guys with Steve. Let's go see what's happening in the food truck. Love y'all. Stay safe and see you next time.